Such incidents happen in big cities. Well, that is what Karnataka minister said after a video of a woman being sexually assaulted on the streets of Bengaluru surfaced. The incident and the minister's remark has sparked a major debate about women's safety, about law and order, and about accountability of our lawmakers. The big question: when ministers justify molestation, what hope do women have? Note this, G. Parmeshwara is the Home Minister of Karnataka, the minister responsible for maintaining law and order in the state. Now, before we get into details, let's understand what happened on 3rd of April. A man molested a woman in the Bharti layout area of Bengaluru. The incident took place at around 1:52 a.m. If you look at the CCTV, the man can be seen approaching two girls who were walking down a street in the area. He then confronted the victims, groped one of them while the other tried to protect her, and then he fled. The entire incident was caught on CCTV camera. The police have booked the man for sexually harassing two women. Moreover, a case has been registered under section 354B, which accounts for assault or use of criminal force with intent to disrobe a woman. The incident once again shook the nation, raising serious questions. Do these criminals even fear the law? And this isn't one such isolated incident. I won't flip too many calendar pages, but let's talk about incidents that have come to light in the last 10 days from Bengaluru. On 2nd of April, a day before the molestation incident took place, a 19-year-old woman from Bihar was raped near KR Puram railway station in Bengaluru. The woman was attacked at around 1:30 a.m. after she reached Bengaluru from Kerala. At around 1 a.m., she got off the KR Puram railway station. Her brother had come to pick her up at the railway station. Now, after arriving in Bengaluru, the duo proceeded towards a restaurant for dinner. However, they were followed by two individuals who assaulted them and raped the woman. The attackers overpowered her brother while the other allegedly dragged the woman to a secluded area and sexually assaulted her. On 6th of April, a 30-year-old badminton coach was arrested for raping his 16-year-old student in Bengaluru. The shocking incident came to light after the victim's grandmother found an obscene photo of her on her phone. These incidents aren't just random. They form a disturbing pattern. According to CCRB data, in 2023, Bengaluru recorded 3,260 cases of crimes against women. Over 1,100 cases related to molestation. In 2024, reports of sexual harassment and abuse rose to 9%. From 2021 to 2023, the city saw 444 rape cases, with numbers rising each year. And amid all this, a minister responds by saying such incidents happen in big cities. Well, this remark made by a senior state leader wasn't just out of touch, it was dangerously dismissive. The very individual tasked with protecting citizens seemed to shrug off a grave violation as an urban norm. The backlash was immediate and widespread. Parmeshwara faced fierce criticism, not just from opposition leaders, but also from netizens and women's rights groups. He eventually issued an apology. But the damage was done. And this is not the first time that Indian politicians have made outrageous statements on sexual crimes. Let's not forget, on December 16, 2021, Congress leader K.R. Ramesh Kumar made a shocking statement inside the Karnataka parliament. He said, and I quote, "There is a saying that when rape is inevitable, lie down and enjoy it. That is exactly the position which you are in."
When rape is inevitable, lie down and enjoy it. But that's exactly the position into which you are.
In 2012, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee said that rape cases in India were on a rise because men and women had the opportunity to interact with each other more freely. Just 2 years later, Samajwadi Party Chief Mulayam Singh Yadav opposed death penalty for rape. He said, "Ladke ladke hai, galti ho jati hai." Roughly translating to boys will be boys, they commit mistakes.
लड़के हैं गलती हो जाती है.
Former Haryana Chief Minister Om Prakash Chautala went so far as to suggest that lowering the age of marriage would help curb rape cases. These statements expose a deeper, more disturbing problem, a mindset among some leaders that continues to downplay sexual violence, shift blame and offer zero accountability. When women can't walk freely on the streets or trust their own teachers, and when leaders minimize crimes as city issues, it's time for a hard reset.